Now you're in Mira, let's go ahead and create a new task. I've just come out of a meeting where I've been assigned some action items and I've committed to completing them by the end of next week, the 19th of December. First things first, I look down my list of outstanding tasks and decide more or less when I want to do these action points. Here, I'm deciding to do them just after update my FAQs. I select where I want to add the task and I click on the plus button in the top left action button section, and this creates a brand new line for me. I enter the task name and assign the project it's related to, and Mira will automatically assign the default time expected of 1 to 3 hours. In this case though, I think this task will take me 3 to 5 hours, so I can click on the drop down and change that time expected accordingly. I also want to tell Mira my deadline date of the 19th, so I click on the expand columns button at the top of the page, and here I see several non-default attributes that I can assign to the task. I can add whatever additional info I want, which in this case is the due date of the 19th of December. I'm also going to go into the notes section and enter what those action points are for future reference. Quick tip, if you're in the notes cell and you want to add a new line within the cell, pressing Alt and Enter will add a new line. This will automatically change the view for that task to a detailed view, but you can then click on the Wrap Toggle button if you want to toggle between detailed and compact view. On adding the task, you'll notice that Mira has calculated an estimated delivery date based on the information I provided and that task's position in the list. However, we need to change this estimated delivery date from an optimistic, best case scenario delivery date to a realistic delivery date. As you know, Mira will learn your behavior the more you use it, so we need to tell it to apply its learning to create those more realistic delivery dates. I'll go to the top right corner where I can see the option to include these learnings in my calculations. Here, I'll click on Apply Estimate Adjustments and Apply Capacity Adjustments, and as I tick those buttons, you'll see that all of those delivery dates are changing dynamically to provide a more realistic ETA. What you'll have noticed is that as I applied Mira's logic, some of the tasks have changed colour. These coloured tasks are now at risk. We'll see two colours, amber and red. Amber is telling us that our realistic delivery date is within 5 days of your deadline date, and red is telling us that the realistic delivery date is now after your deadline date. If I look at the task I recently added and open up the additional columns, I can see that the estimated delivery date is within 5 days of my deadline date, and this task is risk and appears as yellow. And if I move down further, I'll see that some tasks are now appearing as red, and when I look at these I can see that my estimated delivery date is now showing as after the due date. This gives me a really great early indication that I need to reprioritize my tasks. Here, I'll select all the neighbouring tasks that are in red, and using the order buttons in the action button menu, I can move all of these up the list, and as that delivery date is constantly recalculating, I can settle with my new order and a new confidence that I'll be able to hit my deadlines. Once you've finished a task, it's time to close it in Mira. Go to and highlight the task you just completed, and click on the Complete button in the top left action button section. This will mark the task as completed. Note that by default the status will change to complete, the completed date will change to today, and the time actual field will populate with the same time as the time expected. Now, if the time has taken longer or shorter than expected, it's important that you change this to the correct amount of time it took you in hour units. In this case, this task took me 4 hours. Once the task is closed, you can use the auto sort feature to move that task to the completed section of your list. Thank you very much for listening. I wish you all the best, and of course please do reach out if you have any feedback on what you like, what you don't like, what I can improve for you. Loads of new features are on the way, so it's always great to hear from you guys to help shape the future of this app. Thanks again, and bye for now.